Hello, this is Dan Critchfield, and today we're going to talk about the Q300M Mini. This is a beginner chapter 1. Chapter 1 is going to be about the product. We're going to introduce the new product, and this is a beginner level. So the expectations of this is we will introduce the Q300M Mini. We're going to talk about the USP, what we identify as the unique selling proposition of the 300 Mini. We'll introduce the key features, including the base aesthetics, the wheels and tires, the casters, lights and indicators, the ISO transit as standard. We'll talk about the identifiable components, the electronics, the batteries, the battery charger, and finally the motor. Now, within Sunrise, we have a naming structure for our power products. Okay, this is the Q300M Mini. The Q of the model name stands for Quickie. The 300 is the performance level. From low to high, we have the 300, 400, 500, 700 all within our portfolio. The M is for mid-wheel drive. And we also have front wheel, rear wheel, and hybrid globally. In North America, we only do the hybrid and the mid-wheel drive. And the Mini, this is identifying the fact that the base is actually a little bit smaller, actually quite a bit smaller than the other products in our portfolio. And so we identify that specifically so that people know what they're buying. So the USP. USP stands for Unique Selling Proposition. What makes the Q300M Mini unique? What is the unique proposition? Well, first of all, it is a very narrow base. Coming in at only 20.5 inches wide, it is the narrowest base in today's market. So the width from the outer wheel to outer wheel, from drive wheel to drive wheel, is narrower than other bases in the market. In the market, we have the Pride Stretto, or Quantum Stretto, sometimes called. It comes in at 20.75 inches. So ours comes in at 20.5, which is smaller than the market leader today at 20.75. The Invacare Rovi, which was also touted to be very narrow, was only 22 inches. And even our own Q500M, which is a fairly narrow base, is at 24 inches. So we're coming in 3.5 inches narrower than our existing small base. This also affects the turning radius. And because all of our bases are what we call a true mid-wheel drive, it produces the smallest turning radius in the market. At only 16.9 inches, this is the narrowest compared to our existing 18.5 of the Q500M. The Q500 was the market leader at 18.5, but now we've even reduced that even more. Giving people a smaller turning radius helps them in those environments where it really matters. It also comes in a little lighter. Obviously, since the base is smaller, it can also be a little bit lighter. And this can also help in the overall package. When the overall package weight, it really matters. About 16 pounds lighter than the Q500M. And again, that can really make a difference in some, especially with our veterans when they're wanting to use this chair on a lift. So let's talk about the aesthetics, which some of the features. The base will have 8 shrouds and 8 shroud colors you can choose from. You can have black, green, orange, silver, blue, red, white, and the American flag, so that the actual shroud can be colored. Okay, and then you have these click-in colors which go on the wheels and on the caster plugs. Okay, and this really gives the accent. If you want to have a matte black shroud, you can have those accents to kind of personalize it. These can be changed in the field. And the benefits of this is that the dealer can stock chairs and add colors to fit the customer's desires, and it gives greater choice for the user. Okay, the user can also change the color in the future. If they're using the click-in colors, they can change those colors in the future at will. Okay, so let's talk about the wheels and tires. There are going to be some new wheels and tires introduced on this product. We are going to use the 6-spoke, which is our value identifier. Okay, so the wheel itself is a 6-spoke wheel. It's a non-marking black tire. It uses a 3 lug mounting for the hub. The hub you can see down here at the bottom. It uses that triangular style of hub. The tires itself, we're going to have a 12-inch tire. So this is a new tire for us, a 12-inch solid. Okay, and we are going to use a 14-inch solid and pneumatic. So this is a new for us because we did not have a knobby tire that was pneumatic on the 14-inch. The benefits of this is that the dealer, okay, can have easy and quick servicing. They can have better fleet maintenance as well. The user gets great aesthetics and better matches performance requirements both indoor and outdoor. Okay, so the 12 or the 14 or solid pneumatic tires, universal hub and universal motor and wheel hub. Okay, and all the rims can be fitted with the color accent rings. Okay, so here you see that color accent ring, okay, clips into the outer ring, interchangeable between all wheels, including the 300, 400, 500, and 700. Again, that universal aspect of it really makes it easy. Okay, it utilizes a snap-in design for better connection and ease of installation. Right, when we talk about the casters share the same casters that we have on the 400 and the 500. The front and the rear casters are identical and come in always in the 7-inch non-marking black design. It's smooth and the soft rollover curbs and the rough terrain. And the benefits of this is that the dealer has easier serviceability via commonality of parts. The same parts on this chair are going to be shared with the 400 and the 500, which makes it easy for them to stock parts. The user gets better, smoother climbing in reverse because you have a larger rear tire, and the clinician also benefits because they have better access for their customers. Lights and indicators, we use a stylish front and rear lights and indicators. This meets the on-road use standards that you'll see in many of the European markets, and so these are very bright and they have the indicators as well. The benefits of this is the user safety in driving in low light environments. So you do have this optional lights and indicators. The rear is a little different. They're not mounted into the shroud because there's not enough room. So they do mount outboard of the motors. The transit, okay, is standard. The features of this is all Q300M bases will come with 4 transit tie-down brackets as standard on the base. Okay, so there is no upcharge for that. It's always going to be included. Now, the benefits of this is that the user has the confidence that all chairs are tested to the occupied ISO 717619. Okay, and the clinician has the assurance that the customers will be safe when traveling. If they need to get into a vehicle and they need to be tied down, they can stay in the chair and be safely traveled that way. All right, some of the critical components we share with this product is that the interface securement bolt lanyard has a new design and is going to be in red. So there's the lanyard that's in here. Okay, it's a wire one instead of the rubberized ones we used to have, which means it doesn't wind up on you when you try to install it or remove it. And it is a red color, so it is easier to identify. These are going to be inboard instead of outboard like they normally are. And again, that's because of the narrow base, we had to move these into the inside. Okay, the brake lever on the back shares the same brake lever as our other products, and it is that new design that we have that is also in red. The benefits is this is easy to train people. You can just point to them, say the red levers are the ones you put in the freewheel. The red lanyards are the ones that you're going to remove in order to service the batteries. And it's easy to identify for caregivers as well. So what are the electronics that we're going to use on this? The features of the electronics for the Q300 Mini include the non-expandable VR2. So just like we had on the 400 and the 500, we are going to use the VR2 as our non-expandable. When it comes to expandable, we're going to use the RNet system. Okay, so this shares the commonality of those other chairs. This is a 90 amp controller as well. Okay, so we can use PC programming for most flexible programming. Okay, the RNet specific, we have the custom joysticks, the Control 5, the assignable buttons, the Bluetooth, and the IR. The benefits of using these electronics is the dealer has easy customization. The user gets more power using the 90 amp controllers on this. So the Q300M has a unique battery that we're going to use. Okay, some of the features are this is a 50 amp MK battery. We needed a different size battery because we need to be able to fit it into the base in order to make to provide that narrow base. So it is PDAC approved as an E2361, which is the same code we use as a Group 22. So it is the same coding as a Group 22, it's just packaged a little bit differently. This allows us to have a 16.5-inch seat to floor height, and it is an AGM battery technology. AGM batteries, just for a reminder, gives you extended daily range, and so that's going to be really great for people who are going to want to use this product indoors and or outdoors. The benefit is that the coated batteries packaged for smaller bases, and the great battery to match the powered seating and the performance that are needed. So it's really a great match for this chair. The Q300M mini motors, okay, we're featuring the industry's best motors from Lennox. These are high power motors, high quality motors, and we have a couple of options offered. We have a 2-pole and a 4-pole. They're both going to be 6 miles an hour, but it does give people a couple of options. The benefits of this is that there's fewer repairs. We get great fleet maintenance, for cross compatibility between all the products, and the user reliability of the motors as well. So in conclusion, the Q300M Mini is a smallest Group 3 power chair in today's market. The aesthetics, it builds on the family of the Q series image of Quickie Power. Features make using the servicing products easy, and its simple electronic components provide reliable performance and independence. Thank you for listening.